claps. I'm excited to bring up our first comedian of the evening. She runs a show every month called Keep It Like a Secret. I would tell you where it is, but it is at a secret venue. Oh, spooky. Keep up with her on the social network platforms to find out where that show is. That being said, if you could please give it up for your first comedian after me tonight, Miss Jenna Zine! Yay!
Keep it going for Danny Feltz. He is amazing. I love him. I am Jenna Zine, and I am so honored to be here opening for Mike Lawrence. This is insane. And I'm feeling really lucky. So lucky, in fact, that on the way down here, I almost pulled over to purchase a lottery ticket because it felt like that kind of night. Yeah. But then I stopped myself. It's like, hang on, no, wait a minute, Jenna. At fat, female, and 40, aren't you already winning enough? You need to settle down. Leave a little something for the other people. That is just who I am, generous with the winnings that I did not take. But they're out there for you. I have a little story for you guys. I actually used to work right here at McMinimum's Crystal Ballroom. Maybe that's how I got the gig. No one is willing to tell me. But I did work right here, right around the corner at a lovely windowless office. They treat you right. And when I needed to take a break and see the sky, I would come right over here and watch as my boyfriend at the time, who worked at Everyday Music, would flirt with other girls. I would have a good cleansing cry. And then I would go back to work like the 20-something professional that I was. I can see some of you doing the math, putting the old 2 and 2 together. You are correct. I am no longer employed here. Crying Jags, wholly unrelated. No, ladies and gentlemen, if you keep your eyes on the prize, you too can go from working downtown at the epicenter of rock to getting married and working at home alone in your pajamas. That is one of the ways that you get this body when you wear Spanx to wear a sweater. There's trouble. Takes a little bit of upkeep to do this. Not gonna lie. The road from leather pants to sweatpants is long. But the walks are thankfully short. Been on a few. But it was super great to work here, and I'm really honored to be back in this capacity. This is crazy. It was really fun. I learned a lot. And I think if there's one takeaway lesson that I would like to pass on to you guys, it would be this. Don't watch porn with people you hate. That's my takeaway lesson. Not here, actually, at the workplace, because I worked here a million years ago. We barely had the internet. Also, of course, I would never watch porn at work. And I loved everyone I worked with. That one's true. But as the marketing director, I considered myself an ambassador of the room. And as such, I really tried to go out of my way to help bands do whatever I could, put people up. But there was one band that I really hated, who may or may not have been Death Cab for Cutie. Going there. And they, in turn, really hated me. But they played a lot of dates here back in the day. I wanted to be a good hostess. I offered them a place to stay, and God damn it, they accepted. And thus, we embarked on what is still, to this date, the most awkward night of my life. Here's what happened. We got back to my house. We are looking at a very long night ahead of us of nothing to do. So of course we agreed to watch a movie. Now, as we have established, no internet, no streaming of any kind. God forbid, this was before DVD players, because I am old. So I had a VCR and one VHS tape because we were rolling super swanky at my pad. It's like, why didn't you invite me? So the one tape that I had to offer, which I don't know why this is the only thing that I had in my collection. You know where I'm going with this. The one tape that I had was Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee's honeymoon wedding video. This is the entertainment I had to offer. I'm a good hostess. It's a classic. It did. It's amazing. I would watch it again tonight. But those of you who are not familiar, Tommy Lee, the drummer for Motley Crue, who we learn in this cinematic journey, has a penis so enormous that he can honk a boat horn with it. That detail is not salient to this story. It is just something I find interesting. And of course, Pamela Anderson, formerly of Baywatch, in this film, sporting nails so long, it looks like she could slice her clit off. It is a cliffhanger. It's a very, very good film. So this is what we watch together. Maybe we popped some popcorn, I don't remember. But we put in the tape, we watch it, we glare at each other, we go to bed separately, and then we masturbate alone like goddamn adults. Angry group porn watching. I like to think we were a little bit ahead of our time. I would like to know what Ben's going to say about this. And also, I think it's something that could make a comeback. Maybe tonight, if you want to get weird with it. I know some of you do. So see me after the show. I sent my aunt a friend request on Facebook recently. I never heard back. But I thought, well, that's okay, right? She's old. She probably doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. Give her the benefit of the doubt. Don't take it personally, Jenna. I talk to myself a lot. And then I was very, very quickly disabused of that notion. I went to visit her. She made a point of bringing it up. This is what she said, and I quote, "I'm sorry I didn't accept your friend request. I saved that page for family." Standing there, I'm like, well, shit just got awkward, didn't it? Because apparently no one has ever bothered to inform her that her brother has had sex. A little something came out of that, and now I am the one forced to lecture a senior citizen on the birds and the bees, which is a fate I would wish on no one. But it was really sad. That was really heartbreaking to see the look come over her face and watch as the knowledge dawned on her that I was not the maid. It was a sad day. It was a very sad day for Aunt Joan. But I would love to know what she's been thinking all these years at the family reunions. Like, why does my brother keep bringing that child along? Best not to ask. Well, my brother and his wife just had a baby. We know what happened. We're adults. We're up to speed. The baby's adorable. Now, when my sister-in-law was pregnant, she and my brother went to a ton of doctor appointments, as you do. At one of the sonograms, she asked what I believe to be the most important question a woman can ask regarding her unborn child. Does my baby have an asshole? Yes. I have changed those diapers. The answer is yes, she does. But I wasn't there, but I like to think the doctor, picture her kind of straightening up and being like, well, normally my job is so boring. Everyone wants to see the heart beating. Most people would like to talk about whether or not the brain is developing properly. It's dull. I'm over it. Thank God not today. Today I get to hunt for an asshole. I wasn't there, but I wish I had been, because I could have saved everyone a ton of time and just been like, hey, doc, no need to hunt. My brother is right there. See, notice how he is not in the audience. Like, I can say anything. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a comedian's set list. We have them, just like rock stars, So take that, death cab. Only problem is mine could get me arrested. So far in there I have lottery, nepotism, porn, Facebook, baby's asshole. So let's hope that this does not fall into the wrong hands. I have shit to do tonight. I'm committed to you guys. So recently, yes, another recently, my life is jam-packed, very exciting. Recently, I went to Club 21. It's a lovely dive bar just up off of Sandy. I recommend you go visit it soon before it is mowed down for the condos the city seems to so desperately need all of a sudden. But it's a great place. Not as great as this place, but it's a nice place. It's a good dive bar. I was there for brunch with a friend, because that is where ladies go to brunch. We were there, we were taking stock of our surroundings and realizing like, oh my God, this place is a cash cow, because wall to wall, floor to ceiling, it is dripping with vintage beer signs. These things are worth cash. Yeah. So of course we talk about how we should probably burgle the place, because that is what ladies who brunch at dive bars talk about. So my friend, she's like, you know what we should do one night? We should get a truck. We should back it up. We should rob the fuck out of this place. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, yeah. And then she was like, and then we could go drink more beer. And I was like, and then we could pay off debt. And she was like, beer, debt? What the fuck are you talking about? I should tell you, she's in her 20s. I'm in my 40s. Yes, I do have friends who are in their 20s. I am just that relevant and that cool. But our priorities are different. Because apparently, in this, even this fake life of crime, I am swimming in responsibility, because in this scenario, let's face it, I will be the one to rent the truck. I'll take that on. Got a clean driving record. I will be the one to get the packing materials. I will be the one to divide the loot. I will catalog my half. I will then carefully wrap and package it, put it in the truck. I will wait until the next day to take mine to a reputable consignment store, most likely Lounge Lizards. I will then wait for the intervening weeks to months, however long it takes for my shit to sell, until the magical day when I get my check. I will then deposit it. I will pay some bills online. Very sexy. In the meantime, the Thelma to my Louise will be 3 states away with a trunk full of beer off to fuck Brad Pitt. 20s, 40s, not gonna lie, it sucks. But I have a couple things still to look forward to, mainly the 3 C's: cocktails, complaining, and cats. The cocktails, obviously Cosmos. Whatever Sex and the City, whatever those ladies are drinking, I'm gonna sleigh ride into menopause with those bitches. That is my thing. The complaining and the cats, kind of similar. The complaining these days is like, excuse me. And with the cats, it's like, oh, excuse me. Hello, Mr. Sir Pursalot. But one thing that is dead to me, that has just left the building, and I'm really, really sad about it, is slang. I love to learn it, love to say it, can't pull it off anymore. Because for instance, if I'm like, that's my jam, well, that's just a cranky lady demanding her condiment back. Like, for shizzle, that just sounds like I'm confused, but pro schnitzel. Both are true. Let's see, best get to learning, son. That just sounds like I'm a strident parent with a vested interest in her child's education, which would be true if I were allowed to have children. But I was going over this bit with my husband, talking about all the hip lingo I was gonna lay down. And he was like, excuse me, do people really say best get to learning, son? And I'm like, that's the problem. I don't know anymore. They might very well be saying that without me. Hashtag all day. I paid this lady in the front. I'm not gonna lie. You sit right there. I have to wait till I get paid. My stuff is still at Lounge Lizards. But I am, of course, married, as we have established. I say, of course, because obviously, who would not want to lock this shit down? It is locked. Now, when we got married, we decided to elope to Vegas, because why not? While we were there, we decided we would get tattoos instead of wedding rings, because why not? Ladies, pay close attention. This is a cautionary tale about our good friend, the diamond. Here's what I have to tell you. I recommend that you get one. Get one like a blood, conflict-fueled diamond. Get one, because this is what happened to me. We fly to Vegas, we get married, it's lovely. We decide to wait until the last day to get those tattoos, because why get them on our actual wedding day when we could be swimming? Priorities. So we wait till the last day, then we select the tattoo parlor solely based on the fact that it serves absinthe. Because again, priorities, right? Seems like it matched to me. So we get there, we meet our tattoo artist, who seems to hate us immediately on sight. Probably because he does not believe in love. But we stay, because again, absinthe. So we sit down, and he's got this crazy look in his eye. He's just like, I'm gonna give you a ton of color. And we're like, yeah, a ton of color for like this real estate. Go for it, dude. And he's just like, ah! And he's just like, Rrr! And he digs in, and he's just like, layers and layers of skin are coming out, like almost down to the bone. Neither one of us bled out, but it was not pretty. And then we get back from this trip, and people find out the news. And then all the girlfriends are like, oh my God, congratulations. Let me see your ring. Which I don't have one to show. No, what I get to show off is a lovely, disgusting, bloody scab that is healed just enough to look like a puckered asshole. Nothing against the asshole, I'm a fan. They're like adorable little caves. Who does not like to go spelunking every once in a while? It's like my finger up one, fine, sure. One on my finger to kick off my wedded bliss? No, I don't think so. So ladies, diamonds, diamonds, motherfucking diamonds, get one. That is my rant. I just really feel the obligation to share the lesson that I learned through this life experience, because if I could just save one woman from puckered asshole finger, I will have done my job. That will have been a life well lived. And finally, I have been thinking a lot about the Dugars recently. Again, all the time, in fact. For anyone not familiar, the Dugars are a real family. They have a reality television show called 19 Kids and Counting. They are the family that likes to worship at the altar of one woman's prolapsed uterus. Or as I like to say, the matriarch Michelle is guilty of uterine gluttony. By the way, real quick, happy holidays. A little late in the set, but happy holidays. I just had one thing on my wish list. I think I can still get it. I just want one of those kids to rebel and become a stripper. There's 19 of them, I only need one. Santa, we still need to talk. But with that many kids, huge age spread, some still in diapers, some old enough to be getting married. Jessa Dugar just got married. When she was engaged, I did a little reading up on it because I had to keep up on my hard news. I learned a lot. I learned that her father, Jim Bob, basically selected her fiance for her. Nice time-saving measure. And then he allowed Jessa and her new fiance one supervised 3-second side hug to commence this courtship. 1 3-second side hug for courtship. Yeah. Almost as sexy as Robin, Club 21. So I want to ask you, what does that make a full frontal hug? That must be Rumspringa. But there is a hero in this story. I believe it to be the freshly engaged gentleman who had to go home and masturbate to a side hug. Because that takes a lot of imagination. You guys, this has been my set. You all have been wonderful. I think we've been on a journey. Masturbation, aging, a bunch of fun stuff. You guys have been so great. I want to buy everyone in here a PBR to share. Thank you. And Mike Lawrence is coming up next.
Jenna Zine, you guys. Yeah. Did Death Cab actually stay at your house? Oh, man. Oh, man. 15-year-old Danny is fucking, he just came, you guys. He's super excited about that.